Greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome to the Glitched Out Gaming Report for the week of February the 6th. That's right, it's our first show of February, folks, and it's friggin' cold here in Canada right now. It's really cold. But anyways, we're back this week to dive into some gaming goodness, to talk positively, and try and avoid all the stuff going on in the real world right now. That's just horrible. Very, very horrible. But anyways, let's start off this episode as we start off every episode of the Glitched Out Gaming Report with what I've been playing. And this past week there's only been 2 real games that I've been playing. The first one is Ratchet & Clank on PlayStation 4. I finished it, folks. Done, off the backlog, and back on the shelf. And man, I had a great time with this game. The final boss, though, really annoyed me quite a bit. But other than that, I had a great time with that game. I considered maybe platinuming it, but yeah, that's not going to happen. It's just not. But fun game, highly recommend it. Loved every minute of it. And now with that one crossed off my list, my main focus is going on Yakuza 0, which is the second game here I have to talk about this week. And my god, folks, by God almighty, I have been loving this game so much. It's amazing where you can have such a serious melodrama going on, but in between those main missions you can start. This is what happened to me the last time I played. I was doing the main story stuff, but then I came across this shop which had a lineup outside of it, and turns out they were lined up for this video game. I go into a building. I think I actually went into the store and picked up a few items that I needed. Came out, line was gone, and then I encountered like the boy that was at the end of the line. He's getting robbed. So I chase after his robber, track him down. He got robbed. So I go after his robber, and he got robbed. And at this point, I tried following after the next robber, but kind of got lost. I guess I got lost anyway, but I must have taken a wrong turn or something because I didn't encounter the next robber. But instead, I came across these 2 television workers, and they want me to stand in as a producer. And it's just hilarity ensued. There is no other game like Yakuza, folks. It is fun. It is such a good brawler. Highly, highly recommend it. Loving every single minute of Yakuza right now. And I also got my copy of Tales of Berseria in the mail. So my plan right now is to probably play Yakuza as much as I can up until the 14th anyway. Then dive into Tales of Berseria right up until the 28th, in which I'd get Horizon Zero done at that point. So that's my gaming plan right now, my strategy. I still got a few games on the backlog there, which I really want to play. Those being Deus Ex Mankind Divided, Far Cry Primal, and Rise of the Tomb Raider. I have those 3 games sitting there on my shelf, wanting to be played, and I need to play them. I really want to. But right now, focus is totally on Yakuza 0 because I'm in love with it, and yeah, I've started it, so I really want to finish it. And that, folks, does it for what I've been playing this week, so let's dive into the news. We've got a few stories here, folks, some good stories this week. First and foremost, PlayStation 4 system software 4.5 features have been detailed, and goodness gracious, folks, it's a good one. Because what's coming? Well, folks, the biggest thing is it's getting external hard drive support. That's right. From the PlayStation blog here, it's easy to upgrade the HDD that came with your PlayStation 4, but if you're still looking for more storage on console, we've got you covered. With this update, you have the option to store content to an external hard drive. Just plug in a USB 3.0 HDD into your PlayStation 4 and voila! Now you have more space on the console. This is compatible with HDDs up to 8 terabytes in size. You can download and install applications directly to your storage, and the saved content's easily manageable through the system's setting menu. Also, all applications saved in the external HDD will appear in the content launcher of the home screen, so it's easy to keep track of what apps you've launched recently. Please note, user save files are still stored locally on your PlayStation 4 HD. Only games and applications are stored externally. I like this. I like this so much. This is something I have been waiting for so very, very, very long. So yeah, I am excited. I have actually been looking at external hard drives right now. I'm probably going to pick up like a 4 terabyte one because they're not too bad in price. They're really not. So that may be my next big purchase for my PlayStation 4. Instead of upgrading something on the inside, well, get some external hard drive storage space. We're also getting custom wallpapers, so you can take a screenshot and use that as your wallpaper. Really cool. I know I've taken some screenshots in the past, which I've loved to have used for wallpaper, so that's really awesome. Really like that touch. And they're doing a quick menu refresh as well. This update brings additional improvements to make it more accessible. Now the quick menu will cover even less of your gameplay screen, and you'll be able to access handy party features via online friends, like creating new parties, inviting friends, and joining parties without transitioning to the separate party app. The goal is to keep you still in the game and not stuck in menus. And they're doing a simplified notifications list. Before this update, the notifications app had a variety of tabs on the left-hand side, like game alerts, downloads, uploads, and more. We've condensed all of the tabs to a single simplified list, making it easier to see all your notifications at a glance. We're also getting posts on PlayStation Network activity feeds. Cool. We're adding the ability to post directly into the activity feed, which appears in a variety of places across the console, including What's New. Under What's New, you'll see a new option to post things like text, screenshots, GIFs directly into your activity feed. You can also tag games or other users to make sure they don't miss your posts. It's a great way to show off your greatest triumphs. Tying into this new feature, Live from PlayStation will show screenshots that users upload to PSN as a public activity, so you can now show your best gameplay moments not only to your friends, but to users around the globe. And finally, a big update for PlayStation VR, 3D Blu-rays on PlayStation VR. If you're a fan of 3D movies and you own PlayStation VR, we've got good news. This update adds the ability to view 3D movies in stereoscopic 3D directly on the PlayStation VR headset. Grab some popcorn and enjoy. There are more features included 4.5, so make sure to keep an eye out for additional info, including launch timing in the weeks to come. So, very excited for this update, folks. The big thing, like I said at the beginning, it's the external hard drive support. This is something that I've personally wanted for so long now. Even the Wii U offered external hard drive support. Never got on PlayStation, but we finally are. And I'm hyped for it. I am absolutely hyped to finally get external hard drive support. It's going to get me a few terabytes, so I never have to worry about storage again. So that's awesome. That is very, very awesome. Alright, next up, a very short one here, but Black Canary has been confirmed for Injustice 2, bringing into the roster. And as I'm recording this, I think there's been news going around that another character is going to be revealed very soon. But this is cool. She looked awesome. It's cool. We're getting another Arrow character in this game. Probably, they've been looking at the TV shows, seeing the success of that, so hey, let's bring in another one of those characters. As for what I want to see in Injustice 2, a character I would like to see, I don't know, they used a lot of the ones that I wanted to see in the first game. Lobo was DLC, that's one of the main guys I wanted. There's a lot of Batman villains I guess they could bring in. I wouldn't mind seeing Mr. Freeze at some point. Won't be buying this game day one though, because NetherRealm is very notorious for 6 months down the line or even a year down the line, releasing a Game of the Year edition that has all the DLC into it, like Mortal Kombat XL. Why would you buy Mortal Kombat X when you can just buy XL that had everything included into it? Alright, next up, Nintendo news. Nintendo has sold 1.5 million NES Classics worldwide. The company announced it had sold 1.5 million NES Classics worldwide at its corporate strategy meeting today. The information was translated by the Wall Street Journal technology reporter Takahashi Mukanishi. Yeah, I'm not even going to try that anymore. Who said NES Classic Edition global sales through 1.5 million, increasing production. So yeah, very hard to get. So apparently, it was working hard to keep up with customer demand. So hopefully, we see more of these coming. I would love to get one, especially since it's apparently really easy to hack and put a lot more games onto it. I know Izzy has done that, so yeah, I really want to get my hands on one of these at some point in the future, and hopefully they become a lot more easy to find. And hopefully with the success of this, we get that SNES Classic in the very near future. Alright, and the final news story this week, folks, kind of a double hitter here. We got the PlayStation Plus games and the Games with Gold for the month of February. Games with Gold, of course, was announced much earlier, but they include for Xbox One. They're all on Xbox One. I'll just separate the 360 ones. Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time available for the full month, I do believe. Project Cars Digital Edition will be available February 16th to March 15th. Monkey Island 2 Special Edition for the 360 will be available February 1st to the 15th. And Star Wars The Force Unleashed will be available February 16th to the 25th. Monkey Island 2, cool. Project Cars, that's an awesome addition right there. Star Wars The Force Unleashed, very old game at this point, but a fun one. Thank God it wasn't Unleashed 2, because that game is horrible. Avoid at all cost. And Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time, very cool indie game from what I've seen. And the PlayStation Plus games for the month. Now, I have seen some people say that this was a very horrible month for PlayStation Plus. I actually disagree. I think this is a very cool lineup. Little Big Planet 3 coming to PlayStation 4. That's awesome. A lot of people have been clamoring, where's Knack? Where's Killzone? Where's the big first party game? I want those on PlayStation Plus. Well, here you go. You're getting Little Big Planet 3, okay? I'm excited to play this. I never picked up Little Big Planet 3. I love the first two. So I'm really looking forward to downloading and playing Little Big Planet 3. Not a Hero coming to PlayStation 4. That's awesome. I have almost bought that game on several occasions. But very happy to see it coming to PlayStation Plus now. So I will definitely be playing that one when the PlayStation Plus games come out. Star Wall releases on PlayStation 3 and it's cross-buy with PlayStation 4, so that is cool. Star Wall is a very fun multiplayer game where you're controlling a Star Wall. You gotta try and kill one another, essentially. It's really fun looking. Look up the Achievement Hunter videos that they've done onto it. Their Let's Plays, very fun. I believe they're in the game too as optional riders that you can use, so if you're a fan of an Achievement Hunter and Rooster Teeth, I'll look forward to that. Anna Extended Edition for PlayStation 3. I am not sure what that is. Sounds really familiar, but I'm not sure. Ninja Shinkai DX for PlayStation Vita, cross-buy with PlayStation 4. Not totally familiar with that, but hey, cool, it's free. It's unique to try. And Torquil for PlayStation Vita, cross-buy with PlayStation 4. Name rings a bell, but I'm not exactly sure what it is. And hey, I think this is a really cool lineup. Not a Hero, Little Big Planet 3, Star Wall. Yeah, the other thing I'm not sure of, but hey, I'll probably give them a shot. Probably not Anna, because I really don't throw on my PS3 anymore. But cool, I think that's a good lineup, and between the two, I kind of got to give it a nod to PlayStation this week. And that's not fan bias, that's just Monkey Island 2 and Star Wars The Force Unleashed, they're both really old games. I'd rather get newer indie games instead of those. Project Cars is a really cool pick, and Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time as well, really cool pick. But for my own personal taste, I think Not a Hero and Starwall actually beats out those two games. But there you go. I think win-win for everybody. You know, they're all free games. It doesn't matter how old they are or how good or AAA they are. You're getting them for free, okay? This is coming from a guy right now that's got to pay $70 for PlayStation Plus for a year. Still get my money value out of this, in my humble opinion. And that, folks, does it for the news this week. So let's dive into the topic of the week. And folks, no, I did not forget about one big piece of news that came out this past week, and that's the fact that Marvel and Square Enix has announced a partnership for a multiple game deal, starting with what they're calling the Avengers Project. And the two developers working on this is Crystal Dynamics, the guys behind Tomb Raider and Rise of the Tomb Raider, and Eidos Montreal, the developers behind the Deus Ex games. So they got two really good developers here working on this project, and by the tone of the trailer, we're going to be expecting a game where the Avengers are already established in a world, but they've got to be reunited, reassembled, as they're tagging this, hashtag reassembled. I think it's really cool. That speaks on multiple levels. It speaks for the dynamic of the game, as well as bringing us back to getting good Marvel games again. Games like The Punisher, games like the first Ultimate Alliance, even the second Ultimate Alliance to a degree. Wasn't as good as the first one, though. So I am really thrilled, really excited about this. It continues to show that Disney and Marvel are doing the right thing for their games now, instead of just giving Activision the rights to just push out shovelware, stuff that's underdeveloped and whatnot. So yeah, I'm really, really excited about this. There's also rumors going around right now that Deus Ex is being put on the shelf, and that Eidos is going to be doing a Guardians of the Galaxy game as well. All for that, more Guardians the better, in my opinion. So in love with those characters. Even before the movie came out, I love the Guardians. So yeah, for me personally, love this. Absolutely loving this. So yeah, what do I want to see out of this? And that's the question I'm posing to you guys too. What do you guys want to see out of these games? The one announced, the one rumored, and just outside of that, what kind of games do you want to see from these developers? So, for the Avengers, what do I want to see? Since it is being done by Crystal Dynamics, you can kind of expect like a Tomb Raider, I guess, type graphical appeal for it. I wouldn't mind something that's where you're going around, or a friend of mine brought this up actually. You do like a Mass Effect style where you're going around recruiting, building a team up. Maybe you start off with one character. Maybe you start off with Black Widow, trying to reunite the Avengers, and you've got to go and find Captain America and convince him. Or maybe you're starting off with Captain America and you're trying to get the team back together. You gotta go get Tony, go get the Hulk. Maybe the Hulk has been captured. He's like in prison. You gotta break him out. After you do, you're able to use the Hulk. And you go on these like specific missions with the characters. I don't think I want to see multiplayer. I want to see like a single player focused game where you're using all these characters, kind of like a Marvel Ultimate Alliance type deal. Maybe that sort of gameplay. But yeah, I want to see a really good story-based single-player Avengers game. I think with this developer, they can do an awesome job with that. As for the rumored Guardians of the Galaxy project, again, something similar, I guess. Yeah, it's really hard to tell what I would want exactly out of a Guardians of the Galaxy game. I was going to say 4-player co-op, but it's more like a 5-player co-op game. Anyways, interested to see what they come up with for Guardians of the Galaxy if they are doing that. I mean, Telltale's already doing a Guardians of the Galaxy type game. Who knows? Anyways, so what other games? What other games do I want to see out of this Square Enix Marvel partnership? Well, they do the Go games over there. It's Eidos Montreal, or one of their Eidos teams anyway. So I'd really like to see a Go game come out of this as well. And what character? The Punisher, easily. I mean, maybe it would be a little too similar to Hitman, but yeah, I'd kind of want a Punisher game out of this, or maybe even Daredevil, or Jessica Jones would probably be a good one here too. Going with Jessica Jones and Punisher, maybe a point-and-click Jessica Jones game. That might be fun, like Telltale-style Jessica Jones solving a murder mystery or some kind of mystery going on in Hell's Kitchen, New York. That would be fun. They could probably even do the Defenders like that, to be honest. Each episode, maybe. Let's do a 5-episode Defenders game where each individual episode you're using one of the characters, then in episode 5 it brings them all together. That kind of style. Maybe not. I don't know. Probably wouldn't work that great, but I'd like to see them do something with the Defenders. I think that would be really cool, especially if they are going to stick with a MCU type focus. I extremely doubt if we're getting any X-Men out of this, but maybe Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Maybe we'll get a game like that from these guys. That would kind of be cool. Anyways, I want to hear what you guys want to see out of this Marvel and Square Enix partnership that is happening. And with that, folks, that does it for the topic of the week for this week. So let's dive into the last episode here for the questions and comments. I believe we do have a comment from our main man Aaron B. First he said at 30 seconds into the video, "Hey, do you think you can smuggle me into Canada?" Wish I could, buddy. Wish I could. I'm on an island though, so I'm nowhere near the border. And secondly, he said, "So many games coming out in February like usual. Though I haven't heard about LEGO Worlds until this podcast. That sounds extremely cool, assuming it's actually like Minecraft and isn't some kind of MMO deal, which I think LEGO has tried before." Yeah, they had the online thing. I remember having a access code to that game, a beta code. Never used it, and I don't think anything really happened with that game. LEGO Worlds is up on Steam right now. It's in early access, so probably pop over there. You can check it out, see if it tickles your fancy. But really looking forward to that game. And as usual, man, thank you for the comment. We got 300 likely spam, but nothing pops up when I click it. Oh well. Like I want to see those likely spam comments anyway. Click here to go to my site for royalty-free music. Yeah, don't need it, buddy. Don't need it. Alright, so that brings us to our recommendation and pick of the week. My recommendation this week, folks, we just had the Royal Rumble match, so I got wrestling on the brain, working on OGW stuff even right now at this moment, getting matches recorded for Outlaws Unleashed 2. So I figured I'm going to put a wrestling game on my recommendation this week, and we're going right back to the PlayStation 2 era. We're going back to the SmackDown games, right back to the SmackDown Hotel. And I'm going to go with WWE SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain. I remember this game being so friggin' awesome. The roster was cool. You had a variety of match types. You had backstage areas which you could go through. And not just like one little area like they got in the new game right now. But like you could go into like the boiler room or outside into the parking lot, in the hallways of the arena. It was really cool back then, and I really wish they would bring that back. So yeah, Here Comes the Pain, my recommendation of this week. And my pick of the week for the games that are coming out this week, folks, there was no competition. There was nothing that compares to my pick for this week, and of course I'm referring to Neo, the new game from, I want to say Team Ninja? I don't think it is Team Ninja. Either way, the PlayStation 4 exclusive, Neo. It's looking all kinds of... I played a couple of the betas. Combat felt really, really nice. It's been getting some really good review scores. Jim Sterling, who hated the beta that they put out, gave the game a 10 out of 10, which is extremely unusual. So, yeah, it's getting a lot of positive buzz. I really want to pick it up, but I really don't have the, I really don't have the time to play it right now, or the funds, main thing, to pick it up. But, yeah, keep your eye out for Neo. This could be one of those little sleeper hits coming in this year. Probably, like, right alongside of, Nier Automata next month. But anyways, folks, that's going to do it for this episode. I thank you all so much for tuning in. I have been Lord X. You have been awesome. And I am glitching out.